Got Motivation by Mattie Milani. According to the text Educational Psychology, Theory and Practice, motivation is an internal process that activates, guides, and maintains behavior over time. What are some theories of motivation? Behavioral learning theory. This is where motivation is a consequence of positive or negative reinforcement. Maslow's human needs theory. A person's basic human needs must be met before learning can occur. For example, physiological needs: air, water, shelter, sleep, clothing, reproduction. Attribution and expectancy theory. Attribution theory attempts to understand people's rationale behind their successes and their failures. Expectancy theory is based on a person's own motivation to achieve and their personal value that they set for their successes. How can teachers increase students' motivation to learn? According to the text, there are several ways to motivate students. For example, intrinsic and extrinsic motivations, using praise effectively, and teaching students to praise themselves. Intrinsic motivation is a personal satisfaction. Students who like to earn straight A's may experience intrinsic motivation, where learning about or doing something that they love is enough reward. Teachers can help increase intrinsic motivation by creating a warm, accepting, and positive classroom culture. Extrinsic motivation, on the other hand, is where students need to be rewarded by learning by an extrinsic incentives. Extrinsic motivated students are not driven by interest and curiosity alone. They feel the need to earn material items as opposed to personal satisfaction. Teachers can aid extrinsic motivation by praise, recognition, prize, extra outside time, pizza and popcorn parties, and candy. Using praise. Praise must be used effectively. It is used to reinforce appropriate behaviors and to provide feedback to students. Praise must be genuine and specific. A teacher's body language and tone of voice must match the praise that is being given. Teaching students to praise themselves. When students learn to praise themselves, this increases their academic success. This also increases their self-esteem and helps them develop self-worth. According to what every middle school teacher should know, adolescents are in constant angst. They are searching for their identities: social, sexual, gender, ethnic, cultural, familial, spiritual, and socioeconomic status all influence who they think they are and who they want to be. With all of this going on, it is hard to imagine just how much time, interest, and energy students have towards their academics. Teachers need to address young adolescents' social and emotional concerns and identify issues through curriculum, school programs, and develop a healthy relationship with all their students. Teachers need to ask themselves, is my lesson exciting? Is there opportunities for multiple modalities within my lesson? Is it hands-on and engaging? Does it resonate with students on a personal level in any way? And did I offer any cooperative learning opportunities? According to the text, Mr. Lewis, a 10th grade history teacher, he keeps his students motivated to learn by coming to class dressed in character. His goal is to make learning history fun and memorable by providing an experience students will never forget. Now, if my history teacher had come to school dressed up as George Washington, I think I would have definitely paid more attention in class. Mr. Lewis, you are a rock star. Now, not every teacher is like Mr. Lewis. However, if dressing in character is not really your thing, you can offer other types of learning appeal. For example, when reading Shakespeare and other poets, I have had students dress from what I call the poet box. I have silly little hats, wigs, scarves, and masks that they can put on and get into character while they read. My poet box even motivates students who do not normally read aloud in class. By simply changing their persona, they have the courage and motivation to read. It is important for teachers to know and understand their students and try to appeal to their own interests. It's okay for teachers to be a little zany or goofy. Students actually like that. Teachers need to arouse interest, maintain curiosity, challenge students, provide multiple modalities for learning, offer choices, and allow students the opportunity to take charge of their own learning and educational experiences. They must also provide immediate feedback, good or bad. Real-world application. As a 7th or 12th grade teacher, I wear many different hats throughout the day. I have many audiences to engage with and to keep engaged, and I struggle with this every day. I start every class by checking in with my students and see how their day is going thus far, and I show an interest in them personally, and they respect that. So right now, my favorite assignments are to give PowerPoint presentations and posters. And the cool thing about these two types of assessments and assignments is that I can pretty much give these two to any lesson that I am teaching, whether it's in my parenting and childhood development class, or my foods and nutrition class, or my facts class, human relations. It doesn't matter. I can make these assignments and assessments work across the board. The students work really hard on these two types of assignments because they know that others are going to be seeing their work and even provide a peer review. This motivates them into doing some of their best work for me. For example, in my foods and nutrition class, we just watched a documentary called What the Health, promoting veganism, where the film compared that eating just 1 egg a day was just as bad as smoking 5 cigarettes. There were numerous head-scratching claims like this one throughout the film, and the students took notes on the information that they agreed with and disagreed with. So the assignment. Students were so intrigued about the things that they learned, they could not wait to prove or disprove the claims that were made in this film, What the Health. I basically took what would have been an argumentative essay format and put it onto a PowerPoint, and students were to, pick a side of the issue. It could be that both sides were presented equally balanced, or it could be that one side was presented more forcefully than the other. It all depends on the writer and what side that they support the most. And then the typical structure. I turned an otherwise boring health unit into something controversial, and the students just ate it up. They were motivated to mostly debunk this film's cherry-picked health claims, and everyone enjoyed learning new material this way. As a first-year teacher, I see the value in keeping my students motivated. However, I also understand that if I am not motivated or passionate about my lessons, neither will my students. Thank you.